Good morning. I hope you are well today. We are going to in this video go over the last few slides of the first lesson in Unit 5 of the 7th grade Illustrative Mathematics curriculum. And at this point, we're talking about sea level elevation with vertical position, positive and negative numbers. If you're above the water, you're a positive elevation. If you're below the water, you're a negative elevation. And in this case, we are just talking about where specific animals are in elevation. So in this slide, we're just going to put in the vertical position that's in meters of each of these animals. So here we have the seagull. The seagull is above here, and the seagull is clearly at about 10 meters above the water. The dolphin here, the kind of top of the dolphin, maybe a little over halfway, looks like 3 meters. That's pretty good. The penguin is swimming in the water, so we said the penguin has 0 elevation, so because it's in the water, right at the surface of the water. The shark, well, this is more of like, -3 meters below sea level. You got to remember that when you're doing the in-between values here, -1 is closer to 0, so -2 is here, -3 is here, -4 is here. So this is below, it's closer to -5, so it's more like -3. This fish over here looks to be at about maybe 7.5, maybe -7. Let's find out. Yep, -7, okay? And then with this octopus, the top of the head of this octopus is probably just above -10, so -9. Okay, it wants -10. Okay, so I guess the body of the octopus is what it wants there. So those are the elevations we'll put in that for that one. Now this is the 5th slide, so there's 4 slides that do precede this where we talk about what elevation is and positive and negative values for that. Now when we get to this particular slide, they're describing here a mobula ray. There's obviously something not in the picture, but it's telling you here that it's 3 meters above the surface of the ocean. It wants us to label it, not draw it, and then answer the following questions. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put, we'll draw a little bit here. I'm going to draw a little, right, this is my mobula ray right here. That's the wings of it, and there's an eye. Look at that. That's some legendary drawing right there. Maybe I might want to move that a little bit further down. So let me draw that maybe a little bit more like right here. Here's my mobula ray with my amazing drawing skills, right? And my eye right there, okay? That's just legendary right there. So anyway, how many meters above or below the jumping dolphin is that mobula ray? Well, the mobula ray is at 3 meters, and we had said from the prior slide that the dolphin was also at 3 meters. So we want to make sure we say the value, then the word meters, and then either above or below. But since they're at the same elevation, I'm just going to say set 0 meters below, right? I could also say 0 meters above, and notice I get the check mark with that as well, right? So below. Now this flying seagull, we would look at the flying seagull. Oh, that's above here, right? That's at 10 meters. The ray is at 3 meters, so the difference between those two is 7 meters. So the answer that's in the example, 7 meters above, should be the one that works here. Okay, but in this case, since it wants us to describe where the ray is compared to the seagull, we would actually say 7 meters below. Okay. Now, how many meters above or below the octopus is the mobula ray? Well, the octopus is down here at -10 meters below sea level. The ray is at 3 meters above. So the difference between those, if I went 10 would take me to the sea level. So there's an additional 3 meters above that. So we would say 13 meters above for that, okay? So another way to look at that is if I had -10 and I have 3, the difference between those is actually 13 meters. Okay. Now, we have another one. We have an albatross. The albatross here is 5 meters above the surface. So again, here's our albatross. Let's do a little, let's say it's facing the camera, right? Speak, and now it looks more like a bat. Again, I don't claim to be a good artist. So that's our albatross. It's 5 meters above. Go with that, all right? How far above or below is the dolphin? Well, the dolphin, again, is at 3 meters. The albatross is at 5 meters, so we say it's 2 meters above. How many meters above or below the flying seagull? The flying seagull is at 10, albatross is at 5, so it's 5 meters below. And then compared to the octopus, from -10 to +5, that's going to be a change of 15 meters above. Okay? How far away are they? All right, and then one more just like this. We have a clownfish that's 2 meters below the surface of the ocean. Okay, so let's draw our clownfish right here. All right, there we go. There's our clownfish. Again, legendary art skills, I know. 2 meters below the surface of the ocean, label the clownfish, and what do we put in here? So again, here's our jumping dolphin. Jumping dolphin is at 3. Clownfish is at 2 meters below, so that's actually 5 meters below. The clownfish here compared to the flying seagull, 10 meters above, and this is 2 meters below, so we say it's 12 meters higher. Oh, sorry, below, my fault. We're comparing the clownfish to where the seagull is, right? And then for the octopus is below the clownfish, so the clownfish is above it by a distance of from -10 to -2. That's a distance of 8 meters. And so we will put that. Okay. The vertical distance for a new dolphin in the picture is 3 meters. Label the 2 heights where the new dolphin could be on the diagram, okay? So it's telling you here that the vertical distance of a new dolphin from the dolphin that's in this picture is 3 meters. So we could either have one dolphin that's 3 meters higher, and if it's higher, it's 6, right, because this is at 3. And if it's 3 meters below it, the dolphin would be at sea level. So we put 0 there, okay? And they just want the numerical values there. Okay, now with this question, this is kind of an extension, right? A person at sea level at the North Pole would be 3,949 miles from the center of the Earth. The sea floor below the North Pole is at an elevation of approximately -2.7 miles. The elevation of the South Pole is about 1.7 miles. How far is a person standing on the South Pole from a submarine at the sea floor below the North Pole? So this is a little bit tricky here, right? So if you are at the North, or if you're at the South Pole, I should say, the elevation of the South Pole is about 1.7 miles above, right? So basically, if the person, it's going to be hard to describe this and only be able to type the answer here. If a person's at the center of the Earth, North Pole is above, right? So it'd be from the North Pole, it'd be 3,949 miles to the center, and then to the South Pole would be another 3,949 miles. And then here, the North Pole is at an elevation, the seafloor below is at -2.7 miles. So a person standing at the South Pole from a submarine at the seafloor below the North Pole, that is a difference of -1 miles, right? So elevation right there, and that's going to be on there. So basically this distance here, I'm going to just put an about here just because, again, I can't really show the math with this. So I'm going to say it's about 8,000, maybe 7,900 miles, okay? It's going to be something along those lines, okay? We can talk about the exact answer once I have a scratch board to show that with you. So the last thing we have to do on this here is we have to order these rational numbers from least to greatest. So we have values here. -23 is already at the top. 30 is the highest value here. Then we have -2.5, -5 would go here, 0 would go here, 3 would go here, and then these numbers would now be in from least to greatest. And that also tells us when you have the right order that you're all set. And then finally here, this is just a little, how did you feel about it? Did things make sense? Were they confusing? And so on, right? So you just filled it in as you would. Okay? Hopefully this video helps. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.